Good evening. I'm Kayla Sheets, the founder of Vibrant Gene Consulting and the host of the Vibrant Gene Talk Show. We have a wonderful show in store for you tonight. We're really excited. We will be addressing the question of whether or not you should have a baby. So I know that there are a number of you viewers out there that have been toying with this question for quite some time, and you've probably experienced quite a bit of pressure to have children or quite a bit of pressure to not have children. And the secret is that you don't have to go at it alone. There are wonderful resources out there, and we are so fortunate to have one of the nation's experts with us tonight here, Merle Bombardieri. She has been in private practice as a clinical social worker in Lexington for the past 35 years. And her book, The Baby Decision, is a culmination of 35 years worth of experience. It is chock full of advice that you will love. And it addresses the question from so many different angles. This is not just a book for us ladies, but for men, the LGBT community as well. And we're so pleased to have Merle here with us tonight. Merle, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. I appreciate the invitation.
Oh, it's wonderful. And so let's start by just defining the problem itself. Why is it that this can be such a difficult decision for normally really decisive people?
Either have a child and you are going to be raising that child for many, many years, or you forego that and may later regret it. So it's very, very loaded.
And there's no middle ground, is there?
There's no middle ground. You can't have half a child.
Have you had clients come to you and for years not be able to resolve this situation?
Yes.
Wow.
They're really relieved to have a chance to talk together in a neutral situation where they're not having a fight about it. They're really able to listen to each other in a new way. So that's very satisfying.
That's remarkable. So why do you recommend that people actually make a conscious decision whether or not to have children? You know, I know that some religions and some cultures actually think that it's God's will and to just let nature take its course. Why do you think that it's better that we take the upper hand and make a proactive decision?
So I think that when couples try not to make the decision themselves, and that can be a non-accidental accident, so couples that have been perfect in their contraception for years, when they're starting to say, do we want to have a child, don't we have a child, all of a sudden there's a contraceptive failure. And so we can really see, and sometimes people are aware of it and will sheepishly admit, we got careless.
So it sounds like you're a big advocate for making a decision, either to be child-free by choice, or to have those kids, or to adopt.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
How can a couple know that having a child will impact their marriage or their relationship in a positive way and make themselves more happy?
For many people, the meaning that appeals to them most would actually be hard for them to devote themselves to if they also had a child at home. On the other hand, there are people who, even though they may really enjoy their lives and they may really enjoy their work, feel that they really want to be parents.
Well, having discussed happiness, I think that we might want to talk about the obstacles themselves. There are quite a few obstacles that people face in making this huge decision. Let's talk about the obstacle of time, first of all. How long do you think is too long to debate for a couple or an individual to debate about having a child?
Well, I don't think a couple should suffer for a long time. I think that several months to a year or less generally works well. But that said, a situation where perhaps one member of the couple suffers from depression or anxiety or is possessive of their partner, and they're afraid that they wouldn't tolerate the attention that their partner would give to a child. So that's an example where some psychotherapy, as well as reading and thinking and talking together, could make a real difference in their readiness.
As opposed to rushing into it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned that there are a number of couples that are having children later in life.
Yes.
And I know that a number of couples can experience infertility. It's quite common.
Yes.
That's a pretty common obstacle that you probably deal with.
Yes.
Yeah. So now on that topic, I know that there are some corporations now that are offering to cryogenically preserve women's oocytes, their eggs, for their employees. What are your thoughts about that?
It's a beginning, but it's a very questionable beginning. At this point in our technology, freezing eggs is not that stable.
So Merle, your book is chock full of amazing exercises that I found to be really quite helpful. And I was hoping that you would demonstrate one of them for us.
Sure.
Is there one that you can think of that you'd like to do?
Yes, I will do the chair dialogue.
From what I understand, you're going to sit and be one, like either the pro or the con.
Right.
And then sit on the other end of the couch playing the opposite role. Is that right?
Yes. Look how many hours a week I work. You know I love my work. I need 8 or 9 hours of sleep. How would I ever get enough sleep? You are just so delusional. You've been doing work you love for so many years, but you know you're a little tired of it. This is crazy. You're going to be sorry when it's too late. You're going to be sorry when you wake up with a baby having gotten almost no sleep the night before and just wondering how you threw your life away. This is ridiculous. Just agree we are not going to have a child.
It's a really powerful exercise. Thank you for demonstrating that.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's fun.
This interview is just like your book in that it covers such a breadth of topics. So it's not for any one single person. It's not just for the working woman. Anybody can benefit from it as far as I've found. Is that true?
The baby decision is always about what hasn't happened yet in your life that you know you want to have happen.
So I'm also hearing a theme of not having regrets, making sure that you're living your life the way that makes you happiest.
So I tell people, don't ask which decision will you regret. Don't assume the perfect decision will mean no regret. The only good question to ask is which decision will you regret least?
I think that's a nice take-home message for our viewers, to realize that there will be regrets. It's not going to be perfect.
Yes.
But which decision will you regret the least?
Yes.
So in summary, I think if we were to sum up your book in a sentence, which is nearly impossible, so bear with me. But Sheryl Sandberg believes that women need to lean in. Another author I read recently believes that women cannot have it all. Modern women cannot have a full career and be a full-time mother. What would you say is your take on parenthood?
My take on parenthood is that women who want to be mothers find ways to make most of it work, that there will be sacrifices. I would also say a lot depends on the supports that society offers and the supports that their partners offer. It's not just a women's decision. But I think what I really want to emphasize is that people don't have to throw darts at dartboards.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you.
Now, before you go away, let's let them know how our viewers might be able to win a copy of your book. There's more information about Merle at thebabydecision.com as well. She is in private practice here in Lexington. And for more information about genetic counseling services, should you make the decision to move forward with a pregnancy, you can always reach us at contact@vibrantgene.com. Thank you for joining us.
If the only reason people are having children is someone to take care of them in old age, they may wind up very disappointed.
I'm not feeling compelled at all to change a diaper.
Although I love to travel, I thought, it's just going to have to put that on hold a little while.
So I know that if I have my own, if I start my own family, I know exactly what not to do.